someone who is supposed to monitor.
Just have a seat, I'll call you. Okay.
We want you to be there.
What things are
Practical training that will
ICT, we'd like to start. Could you please assist us here? We are remaining with 3 presentations from the morning sessions. Please bear with us.
Yes, we are starting in a few, just sorting the Zoom details. Dennis, if you are hearing this, please, you needed in here. Dennis, Sotero urgently.
University is often seen as a place confined in time. Hardly do we think about the feelings of a community, accomplishment, promise, and belonging that comes with it. At Egerton University, we find your passions, your dreams, aspirations, and water them through fruitfulness. We help you find yourself and mold you into an all-round individual. Experience professionalism, experience practicality, experience fun, experience Egerton University. To apply for our programs, please visit application.egerton.ac.ke.
So please take 5-7 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Trihana Walehwa Mayu, and my title of research was Effect of Selected Herbicide in Management of Weeds in Rift Valley region. This paper was written together with Professor Kimurto and Dr. Patrick Murerwa. That's my presentation outline. Introduction is that finger millet over the years has been regarded as an orphan crop. Here in Kenya is locally known as Wimbi, and the production statistics according to FAO in the year 2022 was 30.6 million tons. One of the challenges facing finger millet is weed infestation that has accounted up to a yield loss of 50%. Damage caused by this yield include they compete for crops, for nutrients together with the crops, and also if these weeds are left uncontrolled, they can affect overall growth and yield. And so later the emergence of these weeds can affect harvesting and also overall quality of the crop. Management here in Kenya mostly is manual weeding that is associated with labor costs, and also this labor has to be available while taking this process. Weed infestation has caused up to a yield loss of up to 50%, and manual weeding is the most predominant method, which is associated with labor intensive and also repeated soil disturbance. However, there's a growing interest in turning finger millet into a cash crop. Hence, it means improvement of these production techniques. One of the production techniques is use of herbicides. Currently, there are no known herbicides, hence I felt a need of evaluation of these herbicides that they were used in other small cereal grains for improvement of finger millet. The experiment was done in 2 sites, that was Koibatek and Kericho, with those climatic conditions in 2 growing seasons, and also 2 varieties were used. There was no pesticide application during the whole process. This objective was designed to determine the suitable herbicides among the selected ones for effective management of weeds. There was also a control of no weeding. This experiment was done under field conditions. Those were my treatments. They included 3 pre-emergence herbicides and 4 post-emergence herbicides with those application rates and active ingredients. The data that was collected from this experiment was categorized into 2, either weed variables or crop variables. And also I collected crop phytotoxicity scale that ranged from 0 to 10, where 0 was there's no effect, there was no injury of the crop due to herbicide. 3, there was some slight injury. 6 was there was some moderate injury that was characterized by injury that was not persistent, more persistent, sorry. 9 was there was severe injury of the crop that was characterized by few plants that were alive. 10, there was complete destruction of the plants. Data was analyzed using ProcGLM, SAS, and also weed density was transformed before analysis, and means was separated using 2 keys HSD. My results, there was no effects of there's no effects of season on weed species abundance, but there was effects of the 2 locations showed a significant difference in terms of weed species abundance. Baringo recording a high species weed abundance as compared to Kericho. This is how the herbicides performed in suppressing a specific weed species. Primagram was able to suppress both narrow leaves and broad leaves in almost equal measure, the same as Lumax, the same as Duogold, the same as Zenka, the same as Maguguma. And when it comes to 4D and Aryan, they were unable to suppress weeds that were narrow-leaved. No, they were unable to suppress weeds that were broad leaves. Hence, still the weed species abundance was still high, even after treatment application. This is how the herbicides performed in terms of weed count, weed biomass, weed density, and weed control efficiency. The highest weed count was experienced where, among the herbicides used, where Duogold was used, while the lowest weed count was experienced where Lumax was used. This also applied to weed biomass, weed density. When it comes to weed control efficiency, the lowest among the herbicides that had the lowest weed control efficiency was Duogold, about 67%, but the rest of the herbicide had a high weed control efficiency. In terms of weed count, in terms of location, there was no significant difference in terms of weed control efficiency in the two locations. However, there was significant difference in terms of weed count, weed density, and weed biomass in both locations. When it comes to season 1 experienced low weed count as compared to season 2, same as weed density, same as weed biomass, also same as weed control efficiency. But when it comes to varieties, there was no significant difference in terms of weed count, weed density, weed biomass, and weed control efficiency experienced in both the varieties. When it comes to crop biomass, the highest crop biomass was obtained where 2,4-D and Aryan were used, and the lowest crop biomass was obtained where Lumax was used. When it comes to phytotoxicity rating, the highest crop phytotoxicity was experienced where Lumax was used, whereas the lowest was experienced where 2,4-D was used. Number of tillers, the highest number of tillers was experienced where 2,4-D was used, where Aryan was used, where Duogold, Maguguma. The lowest actually was experienced where Lumax was used. In terms of grain fillings days, Lumax only, the plots that received Lumax did not able to form grains, otherwise the other herbicides took almost equal days to form grains. In terms of number of fingers, the highest number of fingers was experienced where 2,4-D and Aryan were used. The highest crop stand was experienced where 2,4-D and Aryan was used. Also plant heights where 2,4-D and Aryan was used, and also yield, the highest use was experienced where 2,4-D and Aryan were used. This is the effect of Lumax. There was a severe crop loss as compared to where 2,4-D was used. Still the finger millet crop stand was still intact. My discussion is that high number of weeds experienced where 2,4-D and Aryan were used. The weeds that belong to Poaceae family can be attributed to the active ingredient in the herbicides that can control weeds only in one family, but they have no control of weeds that belong to Gramineae family. Duogold, its active ingredient is S-metolachlor that has a residual effect of up to 23 days. It means after 23 days, you need to apply another weed management strategy. This S-metolachlor acts by interfering the initial seedling developments, whereby atrazine, which is an active ingredient in Primagram, acts as a photosystem inhibitor. A combination of S-metolachlor, atrazine, and mesostrotin, this is Lumax, had the highest crop stand loss. This can be due to there was no differential metabolism, whereas in Aryan and 2,4-D, the crop was still intact because there was differential metabolism, which resulted to selectivity. Adoption is that, my recommendation is that adoption of two post-emergent herbicides, this is 2,4-D and Aryan, and also farmers need to avoid Lumax because of high crop phytotoxicity. My acknowledgement goes to Egerton University, KSAP for funding the project, and also KSAC PI, and academic partners. Thank you.
Let's clap for her. So we go now to Chepkemoi. Is she in? And Hassan. Is Hassan around?
Hassan is
He's
online.
on. All right. Take 5 minutes. Okay, let me try. Not try.
Is it? How do you stop this?
Good afternoon. Okay, I'm Edna Chepkemoi from the Department of Crops, Horticulture and Soil. My topic was on the nutrient profiling and health benefits of finger millet. I did, my supervisors are Professor Paul Kimurto, Dr. Joseph Mavura, and Professor Stanislav Kopriva. So I did this experiment under collaboration of University of Cologne in Germany and Department of Crop, Horticulture and Soils. So I'm working on finger millet. You can see that the plant there. So on introduction. So finger millet is a crop with the origin of Eastern Africa. That is the western part of the Uganda towards the northern part of Ethiopia. And it is ranked fourth on a global scale of production after sorghum, pearl millet, and foxtail millet. And the production of millet, global production is 34 million tons. And this finger millet represents 4.5 million tons. And this crop is a climate resilient crop. It has a C4 carbon fixation pathway. And this anatomy of this crop is able to prevent respiration, hence it is becoming drought tolerant. And hence it is offering food security to populations in arid, infertile, and marginal lands. So it is adaptable to adverse agroecological conditions with minimal inputs of fertilizer, pesticides, and herbicides. And it has a copious dietary fiber content. It has resistant starch. This assists in the digestion, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids such as methionine. And it is richer than most cereals such as wheat and rice. So the crop contains protein content of 5 to 8% and calcium content of up to 344 milligrams per 100 gram. And hence it is rich compared to all cereals. So it plays a significant role in nutritional security in nutrients such as iron, zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, folic acid, and riboflavin. And it is also an important source of fodder and enhancing biodiversity. So it is a sustainable crop whereby, as Professor Ogendo said, it is both economic in terms of you require minimal inputs in terms of pesticides, and also it favors the community in terms of things like food nutrition. So the problem statement, so in Kenya, high-yielding genotypes of finger millet have been introduced into this cropping system under the Kenya Crop Improvement Program, and the national breeding program is only focusing on agronomic traits such as yield, drought tolerance, and disease resistance, but there is limited information on nutritional qualities of these varieties. So our study evaluated the nutritional quality of finger millet grains of different genotypes in Kenya. So this information on the nutritional quality of finger millet will help to design an advocacy work to increase in its consumption and also agricultural interventions in increasing nutrient content of the edible portion of the crop that is in the grains. And this study will also provide information on breeding programs that is on the biofortification. So my methodology, I did this experiment in the Institute of Plant Science, University of Cologne in Germany, and the research design was completely randomized design with 4 replicates. I had 25 genotypes. They were from ICRISAT, Egerton, and some were local land races and gene bank. These varieties were advanced breeding lines. Some of them were land races and others were commercial varieties. So the method that I used was inductively coupled plasma mass spectrophotometry procedure. This method is highly preferred because it measures concentration of ions even if they are in low concentration. And this method, it first atomizes and ionizes the elements, and then it uses ion optics to measure the concentration of these elements. So the first procedure, the seeds were grounded using a seed raptor. Then 10 milligram was weighed into 15 mils digestion tubes, and then it was added. Okay. So after measuring the 10 milligrams, it followed a procedure up to centrifugation. Then we measured the elements, and then we used dilution factor and the measurement that we read from the ICP-MS, and then we multiplied it, and then we found the concentration in milligrams per kilograms. Then we converted into milligrams per 100 grams. In data analysis, the data was first transformed using log transformation. Analysis of variance was done using SAS version 9.5. Mean separation was done using LSD, and correlation analysis was performed. So in my results and discussion, the macro element, that is magnesium, phosphorus, sulfur, and potassium, showed a P significance of 0.001, that is 99.9%, and the highest variation in mineral content was seen in calcium, that was 71%. In micronutrient elements, there was varied significance. There were manganese and zinc and molybdenum were 99.9% significant, iron was 95% significant, and aluminium, nickel, and boron was not significant. So you can see the calcium concentration. The red ones indicate the varieties which had the highest concentration, that is Calatari and that cross, and then the black ones are indicating the varieties that had low content of calcium. This was similar to the results of Shoban et al., who found 344 milligrams per 100 grams. In potassium, also the highest performing genotype was KNF 628, and the lowest performing was Ukulele. That was my Pearson correlation coefficient. In conclusion, the genotype significantly influenced mineral and concentrations of finger millet, and all finger millet genotypes possess good mineral bioavailability, especially calcium compared to other minerals, so it can be used to combat calcium deficiency. The nutritionally dense genotypes were Calatari, ICFX 142314, 65, and KNE 628, hence breeders should use it for biofortification. So I acknowledge the source of funds, that is BIPON Scholarship, my supervisor, Professor Paul Kimuruto, Dr. Joseph Mafubura, and Professor Stanislav Kopriva, the audience for listening. That's my reference. Thank you.
Thank you, Chepkemoi. Let's go now to the last presentation by Hassan. ICT. Hassan, are you online?
Hassan, can you hear us?
Kindly share your screen.
Hassan, say something if you can hear us. Hassan, can you hear us? Say something if you can.
Okay, if he's not here, let's start with the afternoon session. We can move to the next session. Maybe if he gets time, he can join instead of waiting and waiting. Okay, we just conclude with the morning session, but we need to ask questions to presenters. Any question for Chepkemoi and Triana? Yes, just one question, please. Ye-
So I just have one question for each. Amayu et al., considering the long-term negative effects of herbicides, both environmental and toxicological, vis-a-vis the cost of labor, which you said is the main excuse, which is the right direction to go? Chepkemoi et al., how did you measure bioavailability of those minerals? Thank you.
Yes, any other question? Please, can the presenters come here in front?
This is for Triana. One question. Okay, fine. Why is it that you didn't try any of the organic herbicides, like Matfa, Matrates, like that, instead of just synthetic herbicides only?
Okay, thank you. This goes to Chepkemoi. You are able to identify some genotypes that are of importance. So what is the next step? Like, is there any breeding program that is going on in that they can be able to incorporate this so that we can have them released to farmers? Thank you.
I think that's okay. Let them respond to the few questions.
Let me respond first, the long-term effects of herbicides. First of all, herbicides have shown to be one of the main factors contributing to conservation agriculture, and also being the most effective method to be used while controlling herbicides. But again, the herbicides have to be used in the required rate so that they can metabolize and no residual effect is left. And also on the second question on why did I choose only synthetic herbicides and not organic herbicides. These herbicides were, majority of them were drawn from what already is being practiced in wheat. So currently there is no organic herbicide used in wheat. That's why I did not used it. But in future, that can be a gap in future that I might consider going that way.
Okay, thank you. On the second question for Dr. Mercy, we just finished preparing the, I'm in the process of publishing the paper, and probably after publishing is when now we will start the advocacy work, and then thereafter we will release some of the, I will advise some of these organizations such as Egerton, because some of the advanced breeding lines are performing well, so we can advise them to release them as commercial varieties and incorporate them in breeding programs. Yes, on my first question, what I measured is the concentration of these elements. The machine was able to generate these ion concentrations. Thereafter, we multiplied them by the dilution factor to find the concentration of the elements. Thank you.
Okay, in the interest of time, I think we will stop there and hand over to the team for the afternoon session. So mine is to thank you very much for your participation, your patience, your questions, and your presence here. So can we give ourselves a clap? I invite the organizers to take over from here.
Thank you, the chair that has left. Thank you very much. I think I want to take a minute to appreciate them. You have sat for very long since morning. You went and ate. You are still sitting. And you are still going to sit. Can you stand and just shake your legs like this? Eh? Yeah. Energizer. Kimurto can come here and do one. But I'm not saying you come. Just do like this. Eh? Even those who are online, just do your head like this. And shake and say, close your eyes and say, I'm feeling very nice to be here. Thank you very much. I'm George Owo. I'm going to chair this session. You see, I'm not as handsome as the guy who was sitting here. I'm also not suited like the one who is sitting here. And I'm also not beautiful as the lady who was here. So I'll try to do a mixing so that my words are more beautiful, just like she was. So we have several presentations. We'll give you 10 minutes. I want to suggest we do a 9 minutes presentation, and then you conclude with 1 minute. So 10. Agreed? Even those who are online. And because there's someone who was in the first session, I want to be generous to allow Hassan to present. Hassan, are you online? Are you able to hear us now? Please, can you say something if you are listening?
Yes, I'm there.
Now, we want you to do your presentation in like 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Please, 7 minutes.
Okay,
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I'm Saeed Hassan from CHS Department, Egerton University. I'm presenting my work, effect of fertilizers and farmyard manure on the property and nutrient uptake of potato in the highland of Kenya. And below is my supervisors, Dr. Mafura, Professor Kimurto, and Dr. Moses. Introduction. Potato is a high feeder for fertilizers and needs huge fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers have a negative impact in the environment. Then the alternative will be organic fertilizers and microorganisms which are increase the production and protect the pathogens. Apart of that, they also improve the uptake of the crop. My objective is to determine if the effect of fertilizers, which is trichoderma and bacillus, and combination of manure on the soil property and nutrient uptake of potato. Here is some of methodology. The site was in Egerton and Tigoni in Kambu. The germplasm was 2 varieties of potato, and the procedure was we did for 2 seasons, 2 seasons in Egerton and 1 season in Tigoni, and we considered 3 environments, and the design was RCBD in the split plot design. Here is a combination of treatment where we have a 10 treatment, first negative control, and there is a positive control, and the other is treatment. The data collection, we collect in soil and the manure and sent it into Carlo and Null in Quebec, and then also in the data collection in the crop. In the maturity, we uprooted in some bollotes, and then we collected the samples, tuberous and leaves. Then we crushed it and left it under the sunlight. Then we used also orphan in 70 Celsius, left it to 72 hours. Then also sent it to the null to analyze for nutrient uptake. And here is some formulas we used to calculate the nutrient uptake. And the data analysis, we have used SAS and mean separation used in Turkey, B0.05. Manure, here is a result after analysis of manure. As you see, Egerton and Egerton 2, we shared only one source of manure, while Tigoni was separately. And here is some nutrient in nitrogen. 2 sites of Egerton was higher than the Tigoni. Also, the phosphorus was higher Tigoni than other sites, which is Egerton, and so on. Here is some property of physiological chemical property of soil before and after. I will present this one for the same result, this table and this graph. So this graph will show the increase of before and after for soil, and the soil fertility. There is an environment in the tree environment where it's affected in fertilizer treatment after harvesting. As you see, there is some nutrient which is higher, like phosphorus and iron and calcium were showing the highest increase. The environment is Tigoni was showing the highest increase of nutrients after harvesting, while Egerton 1 also showed only magnesium, which is increased higher than the Tigoni, while Egerton 2 had the lowest fertility. In the term of soil pH was decreased in Egerton, while Tigoni increased. Okay, here effect of fertilizers and manure application nutrient uptake. Nutrient uptake was significantly affected by the environment, fertilizers, and even the variety. So as you see, we have 3 environment, Egerton 1, Egerton 2, and Egerton 3. Across the nutrients, there is a Tigoni which has highest nutrient, except some nutrient like calcium was where Egerton 2 was higher, but the other scientific statistical, there is a statistical significant difference, which is Tigoni was leading as a site. If you come treatment 7, which is Biennial manure and combination of Trichoderma aspergillum, was showing the highest nutrient. There is some area, some nutrient, there is no significant effect the blood applied bacillus plus Biennial manure. There is also here and the negative control was the lowest, followed by the manure, and the other treatment was medium. There is a environmental and variety difference. So here, the two variety was leading, KMBL was leading, then the Shangi. So all the nutrients across, they were leading in KMB. Although some areas like magnesium and manganese and zinc, there is no significant difference if you see the two variety. But in numberally, the KMB was the higher than the Shangi. Here we did a Pearson correlation to see if there is a correlation between the yield and the nutrient uptake, and it indicated there is a positive correlated, and if one is high correlated in, if you see the nutrient to all of the versus the yield. But in some area, there is no significant, and there is no correlated. Like zinc and calcium show it, there is no correlation between them among the treatments. So in the yield, there is no high correlation all of the treatment. But when it comes nutrients and among each other, there is no somewhere in zinc show there is no correlation with phosphorus and calcium. So that was the only when we looked at for tuberous, but also we decided to look if there is a difference for tuber uptake and the leaves. So we have tested one season and one site to see the difference between tuber uptake and the leaf uptake. And really we have seen the nutrient uptake was significantly affected by the planted parts, like tuberous and leaves, and also fertilizer treatment, and even the variety was significantly different. And nutrient in the potato tuber was highly significant. Was when you compare the one for leaves, was the tuberous was higher, and also the treatment, there's no difference. Like the other one, where we applied for trichoderma and bacillus, and also followed bacillus and manure. They have followed same order. So the
Hassan, 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. So we also did a correlation between and among the treatments. We are looking for both shoots and also showing for there is a positive correlation each other, although somewhere there is no correlation. In conclusion, Famia manure and biofertilizers, which is trichoderma and bacillus, were showing that there is high nutrient uptake. And the general conclusion is this research suggested that incorporating either Famia manure plus trichoderma or bacillus into the potato production can enhance nutrient uptake in diverse environmental conditions, in highlighting their potential and for the plant growth. And as you see here, there is acknowledgement. I want to acknowledge I would like to acknowledge the generous support for TAGLIF by led Professor Nancy Mungai, and also I want to deeply express for my appreciation my supervisors, Professor Kimurto and Dr. Mafula and Dr. Moses. Also, I want to thank Carlo Tugoni to help me to do my research there. Finally, I want to thank you for Egerton University Conference Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hassan. If you can keep online, we want to listen to 4 more. After 4 more, please make sure you have notes or questions so that we put all those questions together so that we save time.
Thank you.
I want to also introduce someone. I didn't introduce him because it was his students who was presenting. Can you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon. I'm Mafura Joseph. I'm a rapporteur of
So let's welcome Mafura. In the morning, just 1 minute, I listened to many people trying to present and say, I was being supervised. This is a conference. This is a paper. your supervisors, your co-authors. So if you have been supervised by any chance, just call them my co-authors. And when you come to acknowledgement, just tell them I acknowledge those who guided me, so that it doesn't look like a defense. Is that okay? I think it's better. And I have a flower here. This is not for welcoming Mafura. When I raise the flower, that means the time is over. The flower's job is changing today. It's a red one. It's always for love. Today is to stop. Okay, so let's welcome Lochampa. Is he online or is he physically here? ICT. Then we also have Lochampa, are you there? The first paper by Lochampa Mwasia, please. Something on polymorphism, please.
Lochampa, can you hear us if you're online?
And then we also want to know, Keyo, are you in here or online? If you are online, just say you are online. Ahmed, are you online or physically here? I'm checking the first 5. Molapo, you know, if you are quiet, that means you are not there. I'll just proceed. Molapo, oh, who is that? Okay, just keep on. I wanted to know whether you are available. That is Molapo.
Yes, Prof.
Oh, good. And then Obare, I think I saw Obare there. Ababu, are you there? Just checking on. Online or physically? Please, ICT, check these people. Bundi, to be transferred. Yeah, I was just checking because that Bundi had talked about it. Yes, Bundi. Ababu is there, I think. Ababu, ICT, check Ababu online. And then let's pick those first. So I would like to request the first. Is Lochampa there, online? Now, if he's not responding from ICT, Okeyo, responding or not, maybe was expecting at 2. Ahmed, Molapo, you are there, isn't it? Let's listen. Molapo, are you there?
Yes, Prof, I'm here.
And are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Please, you have 9 minutes. This is your paper. And then 1 minute of conclusion. You can go on. You can share your screen if you are able to do so. ICT, can you help? Give her the rights to share the screen.
You can share your screen.
Molapo, can you try to share your screen?
Okay, Prof.
There is somewhere you see share screen. And then you double click and then
Double click where here. Screen.
As she shares, can I check whether Murioki is in? There? Okay. You can now move in front here, so. And Bundi? Tomorrow, and then Ababu? Ababu not responding. Obare, okay. So I've confirmed, who was I confirming? Murioki? Ntabo. Okay. Now, please go on. Molapo.
Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matabelo Elizabeth Molapo, and I'm going to present to you the factors. Sorry. I want to remove this here. Yeah.
Can you put it on slideshow? I think it's not moving. Slideshow. On your right, you'll see a button which allows you to do slideshow. At the bottom, sorry. Bottom right. Just move further, next, that one. Click now. Good. You can now scroll through. Go on.
Ooh. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ntapelo Molapo, and I'm going to present you the factors influencing the use of digital technologies in the marketing of green leafy vegetables among smallholder farmers in Larissa County in Kenya. And my co-authors are Professor Patience Mchenga and Dr. Mary Mapenge. This is my presentation outline. As we know that agriculture contributes significantly to most of developing countries' economy, and Kenya is not an exception, where it contributes around 33% of its GDP. And on that, horticulture is the most contributing sector in Kenya's agriculture, with cut flowers, vegetables, and fruit. And in Kenya, Kiambu County is one of the counties where horticultural farming is mainly commercialized, and vegetables are more commercialized in this county, mainly in Lari sub-county. It is where there's vegetables, spinach, canes, and cabbage are mainly produced. However, it is risky for the smallholder farmers in Larissa and sub-county to sell their vegetables at the market, even though they have they're exposed to the market like Nairobi, Mombasa, and others, and this makes them to they consequently decide to sell their vegetables through the middlemen and at relatively low prices, and they receive insufficient profit due to the information asymmetry between the farmers and the middlemen. So this information is only released to those. It is released regularly or to a limited number of markets, and these farmers are being left out. So that is why they receive this insufficient profit, and this is affected. The marketing of these vegetables, it is affected by several unknown factors. However, digital technologies have been found to bridge the gap, this information gap between the farmers and the middlemen. These digital technologies are cell phones, mobile phones, internet engines, and social media. However, despite this, the rapid expansion of these technologies, there is still low adoption of these technologies. Hence, the purpose of this study was to identify the factors that influence the usage of digital technologies in the selling of these vegetables. This study focused more on institutional factors, technological factors, and farm factors. This is the study area. The study was conducted in Lari sub-county in Kiambu. And multi-stage sampling procedure was employed to select these respondents, where at the first stage, Kiambu was purposely selected. And Lari sub-county was selected in the second stage because most of the smallholder farmers grow and sell these green leafy vegetables. And lastly, the respondents were selected using systematic sampling from all the 5 wards in Lari. The sampling was done by the determination of the sample size, which followed a proportionate to size sampling methodology, which was specified by Kodari using this formula, this Cochrane formula. And this data was collected using a structured questionnaire, and multivariate probit was used to analyze data. There are many models that can be used to analyze this data, but since the empirical specification of the choice of using this technologies can be modeled, they can be modeled by using a multinomial or multivariate regression analysis, but the choices among the digital technologies are not mutually exclusive. That is why a multivariate probit model was suitable for this study. This is the empirical how the model can be empirically, this is an empirical model, how it can be specified. These results and discussion. First, we're going to start with the descriptive results, the results from the descriptors. It was found that more males grow and sell this, but most farmers were educated, so they can. This means that more farmers could be able to comprehend the value of utilizing technologies, and also comprehend any information about marketing of these vegetables. And the age. The results show that more young people in Lari sub-county grow vegetables, and they market these vegetables. So younger farmers are potentially more innovative, and they are risk takers. They're risk takers, which makes them more inclined to explore the new technologies and the marketing. Also, the results also show that most of the average household size was 6 people per household. This means that the members of the household are able to share the farming activities. They're able to share the farming activities and also share their marketing skills on how to market these vegetables. Also, at least 6 people are living in the. The average household experience in the marketing of green leaf vegetables was 7 years, and this indicates that farmers are also capable of making sound decisions when it comes to the marketing of these vegetables. They have been in marketing of these vegetables, and growing them. So, and also they are more likely to embrace new technologies since they have experience. And the average land size owned was 0.5 acres. This means that the majority of farmers operate on the small scale. They operate on the small scale land. So farm size is it's a critical factor or a critical asset in agriculture, which and it has a bearing on a production of a market surplus. Also, the mean seasonal off-farm income was 7,350. So this means that off-farm income
you have 2 minutes, eh?
Off-farm income is essential for security, and so farmers can be able to invest in these technologies, digital technologies, so that they market their produces. These are other descriptors that were found, that most of the farmers were accessing credit, and few farmers were accessing extension services, and more farmers access have installed electricity. And this is the multivariate probate results for these factors that influence the use of these digital technologies. The use of mobile phones and the internet negatively influenced were negatively influenced by the age of the household head, and this means that as the member or as the household head grows older, they are likely less to utilize mobile phone and internet search engines for marketing their produce.